and welcome to another episode of Digging History and Honoring the Sacrifice. And you can see that we've got our co-host here, Bravo, the service dog. He's been outside, and let me tell you something. Can't take Bravo anywhere, can we? He's always got to stop and get all the attention. And if there is a woman or a kid, he has got to stop and get pet. I mean, that's just the way that it is. So he has become quite the superstar around here. And I believe that they're going to want to start getting his autograph. So I'm going to start carrying around an ink pad, if I can find one big enough for those paws, and he'll start giving you his autograph, because he is just a good old boy. So today we're going to talk about spring digging and safety, because the weather's changing. There's a lot of things that are happening that are just really bizarre, like we are seeing snow. If you notice, I'm wearing two shirts, because you wear layers. I got up this morning, it was 28 degrees outside. Well, it's 62 now. So I have a jacket, I have two shirts, and I'll be able to get rid of one of these shirts when we get out in the woods and we start digging. But in most cases, I leave on the long sleeve shirts even in the hot months. And here's why. You've got ticks, you got briars, and it's a proven fact that when you wear your sleeves down, it retains moisture, and it's going to keep you from getting dehydrated a lot quicker. Now, people say, well, that just sounds crazy. We should, go out in tank tops. Well, that's okay if you're in an area that, that's used to that. But here's what I'm telling you. You need to be out in these woods especially. You need to be prepared to take on the briars, the ticks, and everything else that's out there, because believe me, it's out there. And what we want to do is we want to give you some lessons, some ideas and thoughts that are going to help you so that you're not going to succumb to dehydration. And here comes Bravo to say hello. And, Bravo is another thing that I'm telling you about. We have to prepare for him as well. And how do we do that? I carry a specific water bottle with a little cup on the bottom that I can fill up with water for Bravo so that he doesn't get dehydrated as well. And he likes to have a good time. He's looking for his leash right now. But the other thing that you need to look out for is you need to watch the weather. Now, there are so many devices on apps that you can get where you can check the local weather. And my suggestion is to get one of these apps. I'm not going to tell you which one to get, and check out the weather before you go out. Same thing with letting people know where you're at. You can send a message, you can send a text, you can use Google Maps, you can use whatever. Again, I'm not telling you which one to use, but it's a real good idea to let people know where you're at. There's Bravo. He's making a lot of noise right now. He don't usually make this kind of noise, but the weather's changed. It's hotter now. So, I know that I've got, in addition to, myself, I have to take care of a service dog. And this service dog, requires a lot of water. I learned this at a very early time when I first got Bravo. What they told me was, the longer and the narrower the tongue on your dog, the more dehydrated that they are. So if you see dogs and they got this long, slender tongue hanging out, remember that is an indicator that they need to get some water. So if you're going to go out in the woods, make sure you're packing a backpack and you're carrying enough, and you're taking an animal with you, service dog, your pet, whatever, one of your kids. Always carry enough for them. I have to carry treats and things for him as well, so that, he doesn't get out there and get hungry. But that's one of the things. The other thing is your equipment. You've really got to look at your equipment. Batteries are going to go dead quicker if you have extreme temperatures, whether it be extreme heat or extreme cold. So you have to be prepared. I always carry extra batteries with me. And in the case with some of my machines, I carry a backup power pack. My backpack that I carry has a solar recharging device on it. Now, again, I'm not going to tell you where to get it at. I'm not going to tell you which one's better. Just Google it. Look for a solar powered backpack and get one of these things. You know, if you're really going to get into this digging, you don't want your phone to go dead. You don't want your camera equipment to go dead. You know, you definitely don't want your metal detector to go dead, and for you not to have a way that's going to be able to recharge those batteries or put new batteries in. Bug spray. Folks, ticks are bad. I've been doing this for about 5 years. For the library channel, we've been here for a couple of years, you know, for a while, for a couple of years. About 3.5, 4 years ago, when I really started getting into this, I had several ticks on me. I ended up getting sick. Now, thankfully, it wasn't the spotted fever or I think they call it the Rocky Mountain spotted fever. It wasn't that, you know, but it was some sort of a sickness, and it made me sick for about 3 weeks, and I had to go to the hospital because of it. And they said, make sure that you're always using bug repellent. So I have bug repellent. Personally, again, I'm not going to tell you what kind to use, but if it works for you, use it and put it all over your body so those ticks don't get on there and won't light in on you. And then if you do get some ticks on you, you know, there are some little devices out there. You know, one of them's called a tornado, and you just stick it on, you twist it, and it pulls them right out. You want to have that for you. And if you have a service dog like Bravo, I remove a lot of ticks. The other thing that I do is I keep Bravo on a regiment for fleas and ticks. So he takes a pill once a month, and it helps to get rid of the ticks. And what happens is they get on, they lock in, and they die and they fall off. So it's not, it doesn't keep them off, but it definitely keeps them from locking on and being on there very long. So make sure that you're getting your animals those safety precautions as well. Now, you can get all of these tips, and you can go and look at old shows. And what I want you to do is I want you to go to our YouTube site. We're going to bring that link up here real quick, and we're going to show you exactly where you can go to pull up all of the shows that we've had here in the past. We also have a we also have a Facebook page that you can go to and check it out. And we show that on this show every time, and there'll be a link that'll show up so you can go there. Click that link. Go check out some of these shows. Check out some of the advice that we've given in the past so that you don't get out there and get yourself hurt or get yourself sick. Always be alert. This does you no good if it's dead or you leave it in the car. You know, the same thing with the bug spray. If you just leave it in your car and you never put it on, your water, you don't have it with you, and you think, boy, I'm getting thirsty, you know, and I'm out in the middle of the woods, but I didn't bring any water with me because you think I'm just going to walk down in these woods, I'm only going to be here for 15, 20 minutes, and you're out there 5 miles or 3 miles or even 1 mile away from your vehicle. You know, that's a long way to go if that temperature spikes. This morning, it was 28 degrees. When I walked in here today, it's now 63 degrees. So in the period of about 3 hours, we watch that temperature climb significantly. And that's what you're going to run into. We tell you these things because we care about you and because we want you to enjoy the adventures of digging. And I want you to watch our show. So here's what I need you to do, folks. Sit back and relax. We've got some really good shots from the field, and it's titled Spring Digging with Safety in 2022. And you're going to see a really cool clip of Bravo. He's going to be digging out a really cool item. He is a digging dog for sure. So sit back, relax, and we'll be right back with more digging history. Okay, folks, we're out here spring 2022 digging. And we came up quite a bit here, and as you can see, sorry about that. I do have some allergies, so I'm back on my Claritin. But I'm back on the trail of Morgan's Raiders. Okay? So now, no one has really found a lot, you know, from this. But I hope to change it. Okay, this is coming in on my Noctamicro Legend at a 23. Now, my experience so far has told me that is probably a shotgun shell. So we gotta get Bravo out of the way there. Sometimes I like to go down here with the pinpointer. Okay, so I kind of pinpointed where it was at. I'm really suspicious. I think it's gonna be a shotgun shell, but we'll just dig it and see. Okay, so and it's not very deep, so I didn't jam it down in there. Here's the other thing too, is I'm still learning this legend, and sometimes, you know, you get different signals. But yeah, that's a shotgun shell, probably from the early 1900s. So you're gonna find stuff like that. And you know, we just carry it out of here. That's what we do, okay? And then of course you see, this is out in the middle of the woods, and Bravo wants to go in there and do his little thing. But we like to bury the hole. Very easy to rebury that hole. So check it out. Kick the dirt on, it's there. Now, as I told you, it's spring. Whew, lots of ticks are out right now, folks. So be sure that you are, you know, you are getting yourself prepared for this. And you see this area right here, hilly, and I don't have a lot of time. I've got about 30 minutes left, and then I got to start heading back. And there's a reason for that. I got a radio show that I do every Friday, and it starts at 4 o'clock. So I'm going to try to get some digging in later as well. But I think that my wife's got plans for me and the kids. So I had to sneak down here and get in a little bit of digging. So the Legend is a little different machine. Okay, so here we go, the second dig here. And again, it's coming in. So it's coming in 25, 23, probably another shotgun shell, but I don't know. We don't know, so we have to dig it and figure it out. And, oh, there it is, right there. Popped right out of the ground, see it? So, there it is. The most common find you'll find in Appalachia is this wonderful shotgun shell. Now, I really appreciate the people, and there's Bravo. He's got to do his thing. You know, move the shovel. He is hilarious. So, anyway, come on, Bravo. Out, out. No more digging. So he got in the water. So he's smart, you know. He knows how to stay cool. And so we came on this really cool rock formation. And a lot of water around it. So, of course, Mr. Bravo, as you can see, he took a bath. He's eating a little grass now. That's a sign that dogs are generally not feeling well. But in his case, I think that he is a little bit upset stomach because I gave him his heartworm and his flea and tick protection pill today, because that's very important. You know, you can't just spray bug spray on him. So Morgan's Raiders, they came through here in the Civil War, okay? So let me get back to what I'm doing. And it has been really hard to find a lot of artifacts. You know, the Confederates didn't have a lot at that time. So mainly what I find are like 3-ring bullets, horseshoes, you know, things like that. But down here, where I really thought we would find, you know, evidence of this battle, we're striking out. So anyways, keep watching on Digging History, folks, and remember to like and subscribe, and say hi to Bravo when you can. That's always a good thing. And you can say hi to me as well, me and my buddy. Okay, we found a whole M1 Garand clip here. And as you can see, this is where the rounds went in. And yeah, this is a World War II artifact right here, folks. Probably close to 80 years old. Pretty awesome. And it's hard to find them all in a good condition like this. So this is really cool to find this. This is a piece of American history at a time when the country was in the Second World War. So, hey, can't find it sitting on the couch. Ain't that right, Bravo? Yep. Get out and get to digging. Okay, James and Bravo out here. He's down there on the ground taking a little bit of a break. Yeah, buddy. So anyways, we stopped, took a little break, got a little water, and called my wife, sent her my location so she knows where I'm at. And I've been looking, not finding much. Found some, I'll tell you, we find a lot of these old blank cartridges, and then of course I found part of an old clip from an M1 Garand. So this was a training area during World War II, and I pick up a lot of old brass 30-06 blanks. So that's pretty cool. Most of it seems to be from World War II, Korean War era. So it's part of history, right? But there was also a Civil War encampment around here. So I usually find Civil War stuff underneath that. So it's getting really thick. I wanted to talk a little bit about this. Okay, it's spring. It's getting hot. You know, I mean, I'm wearing bug spray, but I got a long sleeve jacket on, very light. That's to help to keep my arms from getting tore up. And also it looks like it might rain. So anyways, just down here digging. So keep watching on Digging History as we have these great adventures with Bravo, the service dog. One of the advantages, and it's dark right now, by the way, of this Nocta Micro is that it has a flashlight. So that's bouncing around to 43. I found a penny. I found a miner's tag today. Actually, I found 2 coins today. I think I found another watch fob. And I found a lot of junk. But surprisingly, I have done not too bad today. So, it's spring digging. I have picked 6 ticks off of me today, and that's even after. Oh, there it is. So this right here is a common find. But An old mason jar lid. So we'll put that in the bag. We'll fill our hole. We'll get back to digging. There's old Bravo. Look at it. Some old bottles there, things like that. You know, it's an old miner's site. I found 2 miner's lamps. So, and those are really cool. Not full, and most of them were broken. But still, pretty cool find. Little piece of history. Now we're going to walk out here because it is very dark, as you can tell. There is a light here, but it's thick. It's springtime in Appalachia, but thanks to the Nocta Micro legend, I have a flashlight, and it's okay. And I'm not scared of the dark. Okay, Digging History fans, I went out today for just a little bit. I found a 1909 penny. So far, I don't see the VDB on it, but still, that's a pretty old wheat penny. I think it's the oldest one I've ever found that's a wheat penny. Of course, I found a lot of older coins, 1700s, you know, even the late 1600s on one coin. But as far as the wheat penny goes, that's as old as it gets, 1909, so that was kind of good. Learned a couple things about the legend. I've been using that by Nocta Micro. Very good machine. Solid machine. It's not hard to use. It's a little intimidating when you first get it because, you know, you're dealing with, you know, just a really darn good machine. But it is almost plug and play. You can turn it on. You can run it in that park mode. And that's the way I've been running it. You know, other than adjusting the volume and doing some ground balancing, you know, I haven't done a whole lot to it. Now, I am getting into it and trying to learn a little bit more. But one thing I learned today, and I should have brought my extra battery, but I didn't. But I learned today that you get 2 solid trips. Now, me, when I go out, when I tell you 2 solid trips, Saturdays and Sundays for me, you know, those are 8-hour days, hard pounding. So that machine goes for about 16 to 18 hours on one charge. That's what I have found out. So on my second trip, I'm just going to start putting it, you know, charging it, and then I'm going to start bringing my spare battery with me, because a spare battery would have kept me going till night, you know, because it's fully charged. So battery life on that thing is really good, but it doesn't give you a lot of warning, so you got to watch your signals. What'll happen is you'll just hear it in your headphones powering off, and it'll start to power off. And then it's like, what's going on? You look at your machine and you realize your batteries are going dead. That's the first time I've ever drained that thing. So, you know, it's not a complaint. It's just the reality of how the machine works. But wow, man, you all have seen some of the coins that I have found with that thing. And I am intentionally going over areas that I have pounded for years. And I'm still digging up coins. This site I went to today, I got about halfway through it and, you know, turned up a flat button and 2 wheat pennies. Hour and a half. So that legend is freaking killer, man. It is. It's an awesome machine. I'm not gonna lie to you. And welcome back to more Digging History. Did you like all those videos from the field? We hope that you did. You know, it's important to remember the safety factors that we talked about at the beginning of the show. The other thing is have fun with this. Don't leave home without communication devices. Make sure that you are planning all of these trips so that you don't get yourself caught in a bad situation. And again, as we always say, get permission. When you dig your holes, you fill your holes. When you dig trash, you carry the trash out with you. And why? Because that's what we should do. We want to put forward a great image for metal detecting in West Virginia. We really are working hard to get the legislators to push forth legislation that is going to allow us access, which would mean the licensing of metal detectors in here so that we can go on state property and that we can actually plan these digs to do some really cool things and find some really cool artifacts and help fill up your local museum. Look, all these things that you find don't do you a bit of good if all you do is dig it up and you throw it in your dresser drawer, or you hang it up just on your wall at your house. Keep a few things, but most of that stuff you really need to get it in a museum or a local school or something that will teach with it. Because history, folks, those that, don't know history are doomed to repeat it, right? You've heard that. And that's been said over and over and over again by many people. Artifacts are doing you no good, sitting in the ground, rotting away to nothing. So I'm one of those guys that believes that we should get, professional metal detectorists that are going to be respectful, that will go out and dig these artifacts and get them in our local museums, our libraries, our schools, and use them as training aids, because that's what's important. That's what digging history is all about. The other aspect of this is it is a great, great thing for mental health. Let's talk a little bit about mental health real quickly before we close out the show. If you know someone that's suffering, if you know someone that is talking about suicide or has shared something with you, please, please get them some help. Be their friend. Take them out with you. Go and digging, go fishing, go do something, go walking in the woods. Enjoy life, because life is short, folks. And before you know it, you're going to be too old to do these things. Believe me, I know, I'm feeling it. I'm 54 years old, and I'm still out there climbing these hills. But every year I realize, that it gets a little bit harder. But if you stay moving, remember, the key to life is to stay moving. So get up off the couch, get to digging, enjoy life, and remember to watch us and follow us on Digging History. Share our videos, like our videos, share them on your Facebook page, share them on your Twitter account. Talk to people, call us, reach out to us. You all have my phone number, and you all have my email address. Don't hesitate to give me a call or shoot me an email. I'd be happy to talk to you about anything you want to know about digging history. Remember, folks, that a day out digging beats a day out on the couch anytime. So get up and get to digging, and thanks for watching this episode of Digging History and Honoring the Sacrifice. Have a great day, folks.